moments when life hits so hard you feel crushed, pressed beneath the weight of grief, disappointment, or betrayal. You wonder if anyone sees, if anyone cares, if God even notices. But the truth buried deep in that pain is this: you are not abandoned. Even when everything feels like it's falling apart, He is near. The Bible doesn't say He avoids the brokenhearted. It says He is close. Not after the healing, not when you've figured it out, but right in the middle of the heartbreak, right when the tears are still fresh. He sits with you in the silence. When you're crushed, it's not just your plans that fall apart. It's your confidence, your strength, your sense of direction. You feel lost in the wreckage of what used to be. But God doesn't wait for you to clean it up. He enters the rubble with you. He draws near not because you're strong, but because you're shattered. That's where His presence becomes real, not in the victory, but in the valley. When others walk away because they don't know what to say, God stays. He doesn't speak over your pain. He speaks into it, not to rush you out, but to walk you through. God's nearness isn't always loud. It's not always a miracle or a moment of clarity. Sometimes it's just breath in your lungs when you thought you couldn't take another one. A quiet peace in the middle of chaos. A stillness that doesn't make sense, but somehow holds you together. That's what He does. He holds broken things, not with judgment, but with tenderness. He doesn't rush the healing. He doesn't demand a smile. He simply stays. And in the staying, your heart begins to remember, crushed doesn't mean condemned. Broken doesn't mean abandoned. It means He's making something new. Stay connected to these moments of peace. Subscribe and turn on the bell for more. The world tells you to bounce back, move on, toughen up. But God doesn't ask you to fake strength. He invites you to rest in His. He knows that healing isn't a straight line. Some days you'll rise, others you'll sink. But He's there in both. He's the God who weeps with you, who waits with you, who walks with you. Being broken doesn't scare Him. It moves Him. He's drawn to those who are crushed, not repelled by them. Because He sees beyond your pain. He sees the beauty He's forming in it. And He's not in a hurry. He's in it for the long healing. You may not feel strong right now, and that's okay. God isn't asking you to be unshaken. He's asking you to lean, to rest your weary heart in His steady hands. Because His presence is your anchor when everything else is drifting. He knows the exact weight of what you're carrying, and He never asks you to carry it alone. You were never meant to heal by yourself, cry by yourself, or fight through the dark without help. That's why He stays so close to the brokenhearted, because He knows the breaking is sacred. And He does His deepest work in the most fragile places. In the crushing, something is being refined. It doesn't feel holy, but it is, because God never wastes pain. What feels like the end of your strength is often the beginning of His restoration. And in your lowest moments, when you can barely whisper a prayer, He's already responding with presence. He's not waiting on the other side of your healing. He's in it with you, holding every shattered piece, writing a story of redemption line by line. You may not see it now, But even this breaking has a purpose. Even this ache is being shaped into beauty by His hands. Sometimes God's comfort doesn't come in answers. It comes in awareness. Awareness that you're not alone, that in your silence, He's still listening. In your weakness, He's still strong. In your brokenness, He's still near. And that awareness begins to shift something. Not the situation, but your soul. You stop trying to escape the pain, and instead, you start encountering God inside it. Not a distant God, but a present Father. One who knows every tear by name and every scar by story. You don't have to climb your way back to Him. He's already sitting beside you in the dust. So if today you feel crushed, don't believe the lie that you've been forgotten. You're not overlooked. You're being held. The broken places of your life are not proof of God's absence. They're evidence of His closeness. He is near to the brokenhearted, not because you've done something wrong, but because He loves you too much to leave you there alone. And though the healing may take time, His presence is constant. His love doesn't flinch, and His grace never runs out. What's one moment in your life when you felt God closest during your pain? Share it with me below.